I'm speaking with Tauni Huddleston, who lives in Utah, and she is a Mustang trainer, competitor, and advocate. She and her Mustang, Bad Ash, finished in the top 10 in the Mustang Challenge 2025. Well, I want to welcome you to this conversation because you did a wonderful job. I had the honor of being able to watch you and your horse. So, first of all, why Mustangs? Why did you get involved with Mustangs?
So it was back in 2021 with the Aniki Roundup. I do business out in Yellowstone, and I had a photographer friend that was she's a very big Mustang advocate. And I knew about that roundup, and so I got very interested in it. Was lucky enough that they delayed that auction because I wouldn't have ever gotten my very first Mustang if it weren't for that delay. So I got my first Mustang then, picked her up in the early January 2022, and fell in love. I just, there's no way to explain the bond between a wild horse, something so raw, something that really embodies the Wild West, the everything that we really think about it. And she was a difficult Mustang, and I think for me it taught me so much about myself in terms of patience and resilience, and everything that this Mustang was, I learned. And I fell in love. There's nothing that truly beats that bond of something so raw and wild.
All right, now talk about what it was like to actually compete in your very first Mustang Challenge and all that you went through.
Oh, the emotions. I can't even begin to describe the emotions that I went through, but it was incredible. The support that I had from everybody from the time that I started. So Chris Phillips mentored me, and he won the Mustang Challenge last year, in 2024, and he helped me with my first Mustang. And so his guidance and mentorship meant the world to me, and he was excited along the way. He helped me when I ran into issues, and then when I was there at the competition, everybody that I met was so kind. They I had multiple messages from people that were like, we don't know who you are, but people are talking about you. And it was like, I just would show it to my boyfriend and my family and be like, this is like, it's so touching and so humbling. The fact that here are people that have done this their whole lives or have done this for years and years, and they're sitting there, they're cheering everybody on, they're making sure that everybody knows that they have this support. I What kind of group does that? Because in the equine world, you just don't see it. And with the Mustangs, it's a big family, and that's so neat to be a part of.
I totally agree with you. Well, our viewers want to know a little bit more about Bad Ash. What's that horse like to ride? What was it like to train?
I have never met an easier horse. Um, if I people keep asking me like, what are her vices, what's some cons, and I don't have an answer because she's been so good, so easy. Her personality is fun too. Like she's very chill, but at the same time, like every now and then she'll throw out something where I'm just like, you're funny. Like she's a funny horse. She gets along really well. She's so stinking smart. I like, I'll teach her something, and you think that you have to go the next day to reteach it, maybe to grow on it. No, she learns it. She goes. I had some help with another trainer that trains one of my cutting horses, and so we were just working the flag on her in just 2 days. And he would jump on because he's better at the flag than I am. And after 2 days of him just doing it, I got on her with the flag, and she was just drawing like just to it. And I'm like, this is just a neat horse. I teach her something and she goes with it. It's so cool.
The uniqueness of the Mustang. All right, so the importance of adopting a Mustang. If people out there want to support or adopt, why should they do that? Why is it so important?
Well, right now, how many do we have out there in the holding pens that are looking for adoption? We need to, instead of leaving them there and looking somewhere else, why not look at a horse that truly is versatile in everything? Once again, like I just said, I have a Mustang that 2 times on the flag is already ready to go and cut cows. That's neat. That's exciting. And talk about the hardiness of I can't tell you how many people I know that have a Mustang that's like, I've never had to get it like shod because the feet are so, the hooves are so hardy. They're so ready to go out there. The stamina, they can continue to go. So we have all of these, hundreds of thousands of Mustangs that are like needing adoption at some point in their lives. Why not go spend $125 to go and do a sales authority, to do an adoption? Even for mine, where I did a bidded adoption, Ash cost $600. Like, what kind of horse can you find for $600 that does what Ash did in 9 months? Not even that. So we need to be able to support that and support all those horses out there looking for their home, looking for their forever home, and willing to give you a bond that a domestic horse just doesn't quite give. Because when we think about what's built into these wild Mustangs, it's family. Domestic horses don't really have that. The Mustangs are looking for leadership. So when you find that bond, when you are able to establish that leadership, they give it to you. And sometimes it might take a little bit longer. And I think that that's where people get maybe a little frustrated. But my very first Mustang, which was very difficult and very hard, I would say is one of my safest horses now. And that was a horse I was told would never be rideable. So give them that extra time, give them that patience, and you're going to find this horse that's going to be your best friend. That's going to be literally your sidekick for the rest of your life.
I so support what you're saying, and I agree. You've got to get out there and either support them by supporting the concept or by adopting a Mustang and working with the trainer. And I want to thank you for chatting with me. And I am Diana DeRosa, reporting for the Equus Television Network.